Hi, everybody in the Valley Fourth family. Pastor Joe and Pastor Josh with you for the latest Community Connection to let you know about what's happening in our ministry and how you can be as connected as possible to what's going on. So we've got some updates about kind of the current crisis situation, Josh, and also just some important updates about what ministries are ending and how we're going to handle some of that stuff. So maybe you can handle that for us right off the top.
Yeah, well, most of you probably got an email or a text about our most recent update responding to the coronavirus. The essence of the update is we are continuing with the recommendations from Governor Inslee to not have any face-to-face gatherings until May 4th. So that puts that out there a number of weeks, and so we got to make some adjustments based on that. You can read that full statement from our elders on our website if you want to go check that out. But basically, here's what it means. For Awana is kind of officially done for the school year, unfortunately, because of that restriction. They were scheduled to end on May 4th, actually. And so they're not going to have any more club. But with that, there's a couple things we want you to know. We're encouraging students to finish their books, to memorize the verses, say them to a parent or an adult or someone else at home, and try to complete those books. And then Mary would really like to have a celebration at the end of the year at some point, whenever we're able to.
Right.
We will give awards to the kids for finishing their books. So kids, finish your verses and do your books. We got the awards, and we'll celebrate that when we can. Men's ministry kind of follows the Awana program. And
yes, it does.
We were also scheduled to be done by then, so men's ministry officially will not meet for the rest of this school year. The men's videos, though, are online. And so if you were in the Ecclesiastes study and you want to finish that, or maybe you want to start it, you can see all the men's Ecclesiastes videos. Go into our website, valleyfourth.com/men. Click men's study videos, and the secret code for that one is 4 zeros, 0000. That will get you into the men's study videos. You can do Ecclesiastes in there. A couple of the other ministries, our small group ministries, various small groups are trying to stay connected in different ways. So if you're in a small group, just make sure you're in contact with your leader and find out if they're doing any phone calls or Zoom or just how they're trying to stay connected. As well as the women's ministry. Some of them are staying connected in various ways. So if you're in one of those studies, just make sure you're in touch with the leader of that study to know what's going on.
No doubt. Well, we've been working hard behind the scenes regarding Easter. Passion Week is moving forward. We had a great Palm Sunday service this past week, and so grateful for so many of you joining and so many of you inviting others to join in our celebration. That'll continue. Of course, there's some dimensions that we've added this year. There's a a Passion Week Bible reading, and that's been very well received. We're getting great feedback about that. Those of you that joined the email trail for that, I, Josh, have particularly enjoyed the Old Testament connections that you've selected. It's a tremendous window into the plan of God over Christ's death, burial, and resurrection. So next up tonight will be our Good Friday service, and that will actually be a full-length service this year. It's going to go from 7 to 8:30, so moms and dads, you might be aware of that. Allow the kids to stay up a little later, but it'll be a full-length service. We've got a great service for you to enjoy. That starts at 7 p.m. It's going to be of course, available on all of our platforms, website, Facebook, YouTube. So we invite you to take advantage of that as we continue to behold the Lamb. That's the theme, the teaching theme of Passion Week this year is beholding the Lamb of God. The Good Friday service will be available afterwards to view as well, as all of our services have been. Easter Sunday service, one service live online at the normal time, in which we continue the Behold the Lamb teaching theme, 10:30 a.m. Sunday. A couple things about that. It would be a great service to invite people to in your online world, in your personal world. People have a spiritual openness in this time of year. Some people have a personal tradition that they may not be involved in Christianity very deeply, but they do go to Easter service. And so they'll be more open to your invitation this year than many times in the other parts of the year. So invite friends and give them the online resources where they can watch and enjoy the ministry. Also, we're going to have a very special element this year, and it's already been filmed actually. Mary is going to be reading an Easter story for kids that will play in the live service. So it is great. And so if you have friends with children that they'd like to have as an integral part of learning about Jesus, this would be a great service to invite them to. Of course, get your kids gathered around the screen, of course, because they'll want to participate in this real blessing it'll be in the early part of the service, and then, of course, the full preaching message after that on the Lamb ascended. So it's just going to be great. We want to encourage you, like we did last week, to be creative about making Easter special in your home. We talked about maybe dressing up for Easter last week, and maybe having an Easter picture like so many do. We usually have provided that here, but when we've had in-person services, so you might think of making it memorable, and your family can look back, Lord willing, years from now to the year when this happened, and how they still were able to be gathered as a family. So a couple other ideas. Hey, have Easter dinner. Don't let anything get in the way of that. So things like that we just wanted to encourage you to do. So want to finish this time like we do every single community connection with some encouragement for you. So Josh, why don't you lead us into that?
Yeah, just picking up on that, just encouraging you to invite people to come join the Easter service. You know, we provided cards earlier in the year to hand out to personally invite people to come to the service. Obviously, that's not going to be possible this year. So we're changing things. We actually, if you drive by the church, you'll see new banners up that say, join us online, live. And so you can change too. You can invite people to join you online. We invited one of our neighbors, actually, and she joined us last week online. She was so happy. She said, "You have such a wonderful pastor. I just love him." And so, but just don't underestimate inviting someone digitally online to join us. So here's someone that wouldn't have been able to go to church.
Right.
We told her how to get it, and so she's enjoying that. We've also seen people join our service from out of the area.
Yes.
So if you've got friends or family that even live in another county, another state, invite them to join us. They can enjoy it from anywhere. So just encourage you with the Easter season, take advantage of this opportunity to invite people to join us on Sunday.
Absolutely. And you know, this is an unprecedented time, and a lot of people have talked about the ways it's affected their lives. You know, we've been in contact with hundreds of our people through telephone contacts and personal contacts and other ways online. And there are a lot of stories that are emerging about challenges in our lives. But we want to remind you that God's not thrown off by this at all. And we also hear about people being constant in their faith, facing the changes in their lives. And we're just so encouraged. And if you have that story to tell when we were in contact with you, let us know how you're doing. It's a two-way street. We've reached out. We'll reach out continually, but there are other ways that you can get us prayer requests online through the website particularly. Those are blessings to us, because not only do we get prayer requests from you, we're getting praises from you. And we want to encourage that, because, you know, ministry staff love to be connected with people. That's how we're built, and our connections are kind of diminished. And we want that feedback. It encourages us that God is not surprised by this, testimonies of praise in your life. And there's no better season to get in touch with the unchangeable plan of God than Easter. Amen. It was the greatest plan that God wrought for the salvation of his people. And it was not subject to change and not subject to events. So bear that with you in your heart this week. We'll look forward to joining you this weekend as Passion Week concludes. Easter Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Good Friday service, 7 to 8:30 tonight. And be blessed as we walk in the great news of the risen Lamb. So God bless you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll check again with you later. Thanks.
See you next time.
You bet.